Mr. Odd Arne Westad is one of the world's foremost historians of global power and ideology. He is professor of history and global affairs at Yale University, and his work bridges the past and present to make sense of today's shifting world order. Westad is best known for the global Cold War, Third World Interventions, and the Making of Our Times, a groundbreaking work that redefined the Cold War as a global struggle over ideas and influence, and earned him the prestigious Bancroft Prize. He also focuses on China. His restless empire, China and the world since 1750, traced China's complex relationship with the world over the past 250 years. In his most recent book, The Great Transformation, China's Road from Revolution to Reform, co-authored with Chen Jian, Westad explores China's reform era, revealing how the country has dramatically reshaped both itself and the wider world over the past several decades. Professor Westad, do you think Donald Trump and the MAGA movement in the United States is disrupting the U.S. empirical or new empirical framework, or is it inheriting the old framework, just putting on different format?
In many ways, to me, Donald Trump is America's first post-Cold War president. He is the first one who has broken with the overall framework that was put in place in terms of how the United States functioned in the world that came out of the Cold War. I mean, the strange thing about the United States is that when the Cold War came to an end in the early 1990s, very little changed in terms of America's approach to much of the world and how the world worked. Donald Trump is the first one who says that he looks at the world very differently. He doesn't see the United States as a systemic power, as a power that is responsible for everything that goes on in the world. He is much more preoccupied with what he sees as America's national interest in a much narrower framework than what has been the case before. And that's the disruption, in a way. Trump wants the United States, for good or bad, to start behaving as if it were a normal nation state, with interests and preoccupations that more or less cover the globe, but still one that puts its own interests first. And that, I think, is what is important to understand about him. Whether one likes the figure of President Trump or not, is that that's the fundamental disruption that we are seeing at the moment.